All right, hello and welcome to everybody. It's the very first Lake Forest Place Chop competition, and let me tell you, we got a competition ahead of you, of our contestants, if you will. So why don't we go ahead and introduce those contestants. Cookie, can you take it away for me?
I certainly will. We have our first video is coming up right now.
I am Mike Troehler. I have been the executive chef at Lake Forest Place for 2 years. I'm a man of few words. I was raised by the heat of the kitchen, and I prefer to let my food do the talking. Chef David, if you can't handle the heat in my kitchen, you're going down.
There's some fighting words.
Oh, there's some fighting words. So welcome Chef Mike to the Chopped Stadium as well. Mike, glad to have you here. We're excited to see what you can create today.
Thanks, glad to be here.
What do you think? Who's going to be the Chopped champion?
Well, let the food do the talking.
All right. Like you said, a man of few words.
Yes.
All right, Cookie, why don't you take it away and show the viewers at home who our next competitor is.
Absolutely. I'm proud to introduce this next video of...
I'm David Brian Guck. I'm the executive sous chef at Lake Forest Place. I've only been here about a year. This is my second career. I can take the heat in the kitchen. Look out, Mike. Coming after you. I'm going to take everything I know and bring it to the table. You turn up the heat. Hope you're ready. Let's get it on.
All right, it sounds like we have some fighting words in these videos.
Absolutely.
So David, why don't you come down and join us in the Chopped Stadium here? Well, David, what do you think? Do you think you can take down the competitor?
I'm going to give it the best I've got.
He's going to
You
give it
hear
the
that?
best he's got?
You hear that, Mike? Come on.
Bring it on.
All right, well, we're going to have a great showdown today. Contestants, place your position. We're going to reveal the mystery box ingredients.
Ooh.
All right. So, Cookie, if you don't mind, the next slide, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, chefs. Open up your mystery box. And we have bologna, chosen by our esteemed residents of Lake Forest Place, of course.
That's a fine looking bologna.
That I would have to agree with you. That is a very fine looking bologna.
Is it Oscar Mayer?
It is not. It's deli. So
Okay.
A little bit better quality there.
Okay, good. That's good.
Next, we have shiitake mushrooms, risotto.
Is that already pre-cooked risotto, or do they?
It is a par-cooked risotto.
par-cooked. Oh, that's going to be hard.
We have port wine cheese spread.
Oh, I need a little snack. Anybody want to have crackers or anything?
We might have some in the pantry over here, but
I thought Beth had some in her fridge. Did you take that from her office?
The port wine?
Yeah.
I mean port wine cheese?
Yeah.
and last but not least, we have stout beer.
Ooh.
Oh.
I like Guinness. Is that the same or no?
It's similar. It's
Okay.
same
Okay.
style, different brand, if you will.
Okay.
So chefs, the rules go as followed. You'll have 30 minutes to complete 4 entree dishes. 3 of those dishes will be presented to the judge, and 1 will determine who is the chopped winner. To your left, you have a pantry full of pantry staples as well as equipment behind you. And we're going to go ahead and get that timer ready. Chefs,
Whoops.
are you ready for the challenge?
Yeah, the power strips on for your equipment, that'd probably be helpful.
All right, chefs.
Well, you could unplug it at any time you're in
You
front
know,
of it.
we could kind of mess with them a little bit, couldn't we?
They could mess
Challenge
with each other
them.
as well.
There you go.
Oh, play fair.
They're gonna like block each other going to the pantry car?
Absolutely.
First come,
Well,
first
in the fact,
served.
All right, chefs. Social distancing handshake for a good, clean fight. All right, Cookie, start the timer. Chefs, you have 30 minutes on the clock.
all right, it's
Woo-hoo.
going.
All right. Well, while our chefs are getting ready and getting their ingredients together, we're going to go over here to our judging panel. Our first judge of the day is Cookie.
Hello.
Cookie comes to us as our very esteemed weekly recipe tester. She lets the folks at home know if it's got the thumbs up for Cookie's approval, and hopefully you are partaking in those recipes because you can't go wrong with Cookie's trusted
Oh,
palate.
let me tell you, they're both of them have cooked for me. I've had my own personal chefs, which is Personal Chef Day.
Absolutely.
Today, actually. So, you know, to celebrate these two and their wonderful cooking, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nail biter, and
Yeah.
it's gonna come down to the wire. I
I'm
think,
not gonna
on
bite
this
my
one.
nails because I'm gonna save it for the food.
You gotta save
but-
some room for later, that's
Okay,
right.
thank you.
All right, next we have Beth Welch.
Hello.
Beth Welch is our newest comer to the judging table here today, and she'll be putting her taste buds to the test. So are you excited about the challenge today, Beth?
I'm excited and I'm fully qualified because I know someone who knows Stephanie Izzard.
Oh,
So,
girl
there
to
you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So those are some impressive culinary credentials there. Stephanie Izzard is actually won a cooking competition that is a nationwide competition, is highly well known and regarded
That
as
was
one
on
of
Bravo,
the
I
top
believe.
female chefs in the country.
Yeah.
So you have some, the chefs have some work cut out to please that palate.
I also go to Alinea all the time,
Well, there you go.
so I want to see things plated really fancy. I've
All right.
never been to Alinea.
Well, I know Alton Brown. I had my photo taken with him.
Alton Brown, the king of food science.
Just saying.
That's right. And all the way over here to the left, we have Kim Sosnowski, our dining room manager. Also new, the first time judging on the panel today.
Very
So, Kim, what are you excited for today?
I'm excited to see how they're going to use the ingredients and really showcase them.
Yeah, what are you looking for in terms of your grading, in terms of what techniques they're using today? How much weight is that going to place? Are you looking to see really good quality technique, to see them transform these ingredients today?
I think they should do something a little bit that wouldn't be simple, something unique,
So we want to see elevated dishes,
Yes.
judges.
something
Alright.
you can't just do at home.
Yes, something we can't do at home. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Well,
like-
judges, it's a pleasure having you with us on the show today, and
Thank you.
I'm sure we're going to put those taste buds to work. So if we want to tune in over here,
You
Julie,
might
we're
get a
going
little
to
smoke there, Beth.
I need a face shield.
Here, I can move my fan.
No.
we're gonna
Slow
tune
it
in
down,
over here to
right?
Chef Doc. Chef Doc's already got some ingredients working in the pan here. Chef, what's your plan for today?
I'm gonna work as fast as I can.
That'll be fun.
I don't think the other one's on either.
Try to work fast. Try to work fast.
The production assistant over here is gonna fix things.
What did he say? He's gonna try to work fast?
He's trying to work fast
I'm gonna try to work fast and efficient.
and efficient.
All right. Any plans behind this meal so far? What do you got thinking in that for these mystery box ingredients?
Definitely got a plan. I definitely have a plan. I'm not gonna share it yet.
Oh, secret tactics. We can't share our tactics with the enemies. That's right. So Chef Mike, you got an interesting contraption going on over here, and it's creating quite the campfire aroma.
Oh, it smells good.
What are you doing with this black contraption with the glass case?
I'm actually going to be, after I saute the shiitake mushrooms, I'm actually going to put them in there to kind of enhance the flavor of the mushrooms, kind of give them a little smoke.
All right. What kind of wood chip are you using for that smoker back there, Chef?
I have some hickory.
All right, that sounds great. It also looks like you got something working in your pan up here. Is that the stout I'm seeing?
Yes, it is. I'm making a little stout syrup to kind of put on the bologna.
Excellent. All right, well, I'll let you get back to work. I don't want to interrupt you too much, chefs. You got 25 minutes left on the clock to create some fantastic dishes. So what do you think of our competitors so far, judges?
Well, I thought maybe that contraption that Chef Mike was going to use looked like one of those, you know, Louisiana coffin kind of things that people see when they, you know, have a funeral.
Yeah, and above ground, yeah. that's right.
Yeah, you know?
Then we need a musical parade.
We do.
Yes. Need the whole brass band to join us now.
Yeah, second line.
So, but I wonder if he's adding a little Louisiana Creole or something to it.
Maybe.
I don't
We'll
know.
just have to wait and see what Chef Mike decides to create with this dish and what route of flavors he's going.
Yeah.
What about you, Kim? What are you seeing so far? Are you liking what you're seeing out of these chefs?
Yeah, looks like they're starting to use all the ingredients, get them going. I see the sous vide steaming over there. Wonder if anybody's gonna use that.
Yeah, that might seal the deal for one of these chefs here, getting something in that immersion blender. So we're starting to see some of these ingredients come together. We're getting some shiitake mushrooms and the stout reducing away over here for Chef Mike. It looks like David has some risotto working with the port wine cheese.
I'm ready with the water. It's okay, Hugh.
Chef Mike, we may need to take a look at the smoking gun here. We don't want to interrupt this alarm system in the middle of Chop Kitchen.
That's a strategy.
It does smell great though. I do feel like I'm at a campfire.
It does, it's that hickory.
Don't worry, I just put a little fan on it to
Thank you.
spread it around there.
There we go.
All right, Dave, it's been a few minutes since I stopped by. What are you working on next? So you got some shallots in the pan?
Shallots, garlic, olive oil, and shiitake mushrooms. We're gonna get a little sear on it.
Excellent, excellent.
So Kimberly, Cookie and I know we're wondering if they're going to try to pander to the judges. We were talking about this earlier, which will be particularly challenging in some respects because I like things spicy.
And I do not.
And so you might be a tiebreaker.
Spicy as well.
Oh.
So if they're catering to spicy, yeah, that could be kind of rough here.
That could be, I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we have some action over from Chef Mike. Ooh. We're opening up that smoke case, it looks like. Chef Mike's gonna have to make quick work out of that to keep the smoke down in the Chopped Stadium.
Well, and it's got to be hard because they're not in a real kitchen, so to not have all the
We
utensils.
don't quite have an exhaust
Probably.
fan. Of
That's
this.
right, yeah.
That's fun. Ooh.
It's not often the host lends a hand, but, you know, for the circumstance, I suppose.
I know, Ted Allen.
So now they have
Ted
to
Allen's guy, yeah, that's right.
have to use all of the ingredients, correct?
Yes.
They do not have to, however,
Oh.
you could be severely impacted and lose the round for not incorporating all the ingredients. All the ingredients on the table have to be incorporated in some way. It's up to the chefs to determine how they incorporate those ingredients, but it is highly recommended that all of those ingredients are in the dish or else you will most likely be chopped. Very few chefs have actually survived chopped and forgot a mystery basket ingredient. So friendly reminder there, chefs.
Would
Yes.
washing it down with the stout count as using the ingredient?
Ooh. That would be lacking on the creativity
That's
side.
true.
That is
That's
true, yes,
true.
yes. I see Chef Mike has ricotta.
So Chef David got his risotto started a little bit early. It looks like Mike's starting to catch up. You know, typically risotto has a long cook time on that, so you worried at all over there, Chef Mike?
No, I'm good.
Chef Mike is not worried.
He's cool as a cucumber.
I had never seen Chopped, so I watched an episode last night, and one of the chef's meals couldn't be tasted because he rushed a little too quickly.
Oh.
Was it raw?
Was his protein raw?
He cut his
Injury.
finger.
Oh,
So
okay.
none of that, guys.
Well, they
have
both have their
gloves
knife.
on, so they are doing
They do,
some
that's
proper
right.
safety over
We
here.
are better than the real
Yeah.
TV show.
That we are.
Because we take safety precautions.
We do, and that's a huge factor here. We want to keep our chefs and our cooks that work at Lake Forest Place safe and send them home with all 10 of their digits. Isn't that right, Chef Mike?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. That is the message from Chef Mike.
I wonder what the residents at home are thinking as far as, or who they might want to win.
We should do a poll next time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'll add that to our technology, a text-in poll in the middle of the broadcast.
There
That's
you go.
right.
All right, chefs, no pressure. You're down to 20 minutes on the clock. How are we feeling? Is the pressure getting to you yet, Chef Mike?
No, it's all good.
All good from Chef Mike. What about Chef David over here?
Great.
Chef David is also great.
Giant chunk of bologna there.
This is a giant chunk of deli bologna, that is right. So you liking what you see so far, judges? You impressed
I'm
with some of
quite
these
curious.
Is that puff pastry there, Chef Mike? No? No? Okay.
Pasta sheet?
Pasta.
Pasta sheet.
Pasta
Oh.
sheet, all right. I wonder
You
what.
got good eyes over there, Miss Kimberly.
I wonder what route Chef Mike's taking. It looks like both chefs are taking a completely different approach, which is what we want to see here in the Chopped Stadium.
Okay, for those of us who are memory impaired, can we do a quick review of the ingredients that were in the box?
Sure, the ingredients were bologna, risotto, shiitake mushrooms, port wine cheese, and stout beer.
I have to say, I really like all of that.
I know.
I was warned that I might have to eat something weird.
Yeah.
Like chicken feet.
I'm good.
Yeah.
We thank you all, residents.
I was actually hoping that we'd give the chefs a real curveball, like
Yeah.
chicken feet and gummy bears, but
Okay.
I suppose nobody wants to see that on the menu.
Yeah, you threatened that it would be on the menu, so they're like, okay.
Okay.
Next time you should have the three of us judges choose.
Oh,
And then, you know.
all right.
Add on some staff votes in next
And
time.
some staff votes, yeah, maybe we can get Glenn and Leslie as our guest judges on the show next time.
Yes.
What do you say, Leslie, not to put you on the spot or anything? Leslie's all good for it, so we'll be having some new judges for the next chopped round. David, it looks like you're chopping up something new here. What is that you have on your board?
Fresh ginger.
Fresh ginger, so there's some spice for the ladies in the judging panel.
I believe I learned from an earlier Cookies Connection that ginger is quite good for you.
It is quite good for you. It supports digestive health and blood flow. Also, Linda Longoria is in the back of the audience. She could extrapolate on some of those health benefits of ginger while we give the chefs a little bit of a break to cook. Linda, you got any ginger tips for the
I was going to
residents?
say the blood flow.
Blood flow?
I was going to say the blood flow and the bologna, good source of protein, question mark?
What kind of protein is the real question?
Yes.
Just kidding. It is actually all beef bologna. We only source the best bologna for our residents at Lake Forest Place.
Okay. I didn't know there was such thing as an all beef bologna.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Typically,
International makes hot dogs. Those are really good, too. I think those are all beef.
well, it looks like Chef Mike's getting to work with some ricotta cheese and finally breaking out that port wine cheese. You got a plan with this yet, Chef?
I'm gonna make a quick little ravioli.
Ooh, ravioli, pasta in a chopped kitchen. That's tricky there, Chef.
Yep.
Especially with only 16 minutes left.
Only 16 and a half minutes on the clock, Chef.
I'm not eating any raw food, guys.
I don't think I've seen the Chef Mike use the bologna yet.
He picked it up
It
and then he
does
put it
not
back
look to
down.
be
He
so.
touched it. Does that count?
He's aware of its presence.
Well, I have to say these chefs are doing a fantastic job under the pressure. They have a very small live studio audience here in the Chopped Stadium. Not to mention all of the residents watching and tuning in at home and in anticipation of this Chopped event. Chef, would you say you're feeling the pressure?
A little bit.
A little bit of pressure, Mike.
Okay,
Cool,
okay.
calm cucumbers starting to crack. What about Chef David over here? David, are you starting to feel that pressure?
Not at all, this is awesome.
Not at all. Spoken like a true competitor.
It's because he's drinking the Guinness.
Are you drinking the stout there, Chef David?
I'm trying my best, actually.
I love how the tattoo on your arm says, yes, chef.
Yeah, he managed to get that into his intro video.
Yeah. Because, you know, when you work in the kitchen and the chef tells you something, that's what you say. Yes,
There's
chef.
no chef, there's only yes chef in the kitchen.
And there's no why.
That is correct.
Oh.
Unless it's a woman, but because women rule the kitchen.
That's
so.
right. That, we know that here. Yeah.
Ooh, that some garlic just gets thrown in there. Okay.
Ooh, Chef David, I see those heirloom tomatoes that you just cut up. You got any specific plan for those? Those look gorgeous.
Yes, part of my Play-Doh.
part of his plate up, so you're using it as part of your plate presentation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because that's huge too. We gotta, you know.
I want some
Gotta look
Alinea.
good, not just taste good.
I want some Alinea style sculpture.
There you go. We're looking for technique, we're looking for creativity, how well you transform these ingredients, chef, as well as your plate presentation.
I have to tell the audience at home that it smells really good in here.
It is amazing.
Yes.
So for all of you viewing it at home, we are recording this Chopped Stadium action live, and there will be a YouTube video that you will be able to watch and relive this fun experience and share it with your friends if they didn't get a chance to tune in. It'll also be broadcasted via the Lake Forest Place Facebook page once the YouTube post is available. And in fact, if you do have Facebook and you have Lake Forest Place liked as a Facebook page, both chefs' pictures were posted on the Facebook page earlier today, so why don't you head over there and give it a thumbs up and let us know what chef you're rooting for.
Oh, that's awesome. Smart.
Ooh.
Yeah, too bad I don't have my cell phone. Otherwise, I'd, you know.
Cast your votes. That's right.
Yeah.
I want to give some offside credits to some of our filming crew here. We have Julie Keller, also known from Mixing It with Julie, operating our live broadcast camera for the residents at home. We also have Gene Siegel in the back, operating our recorded version of the show. And we also had Stacy Shemansky, who helped with the setup and making sure that these chefs have everything that they need in their pantry and getting the stadium set up. So thank you to all of our supporters and making this happen for all of our residents at Lake Forest Place.
This is actually how they prepare all 3 meals a day. It's between the broadcasts. It's right here in this room, just that rack of food.
There you go.
Wow, they're magicians.
And then they plate hundreds of bags.
There you go.
They bag.
All right, so what do you judges think? I see some use of the extra equipment in the back. I've yet to see that immersion blender or that immersion circulator come through yet. What do you think? Do you think they're going to touch any of those items today?
They seem to be keeping it pretty streamlined in
Yeah.
some traditional cookware.
Sauteing, really.
Is that a cider vinegar I smell somewhere? No. Pretending I
hoping
know
it was
things.
syrup.
Rice
vinegar.
Oh, thank you, rice vinegar.
All right. Oh, somebody is gonna. 12 minutes.
Fancy with the gadgets from
Ooh.
Chef Mike here.
Chef Mike does like his gadgets, I will say that.
Yeah.
That's also why he has great technique. He's not afraid to try something new.
No. Oh, look at that going in there.
So what do you got going?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
As always in the Chop Kitchen,
Hey,
not
Julie,
everything's
can you
perfect.
zoom in on that?
Not everything's perfect in the Chop Kitchen, so we need to make sure you have a backup plan, plan A, B, C, and D, because you never know if either one of those plans are gonna work out.
Yeah, well, and it's a good thing Chef David didn't want to use either one of those.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Something tells me Chef David knew ahead of time that Chef Mike was gonna commandeer the gadgets.
Oh man, it really does smell good. Chef Mike's making sure that the bologna is going to be the exact size for all of us.
Oh, here's a
Because,
pro,
you know.
here's a pro technique, ladies and gentlemen, of the home viewers. Bologna from the deli comes in a wax paper casing. So if you were an amateur, you wouldn't know to detect that, and you might cook it up and eat some bologna deli paper. So great eye on the professional experience there from Chef Mike.
Oh, and he's even trimming the edges of the bologna.
All right, Chef David, I see you got some herbs over here in your pan with what looks to be bologna, is that right?
Yes, we have a nice little sear on our bologna.
Chef David's getting a nice sear on that bologna. He's looking for a nice caramelized color there and perfuming with some of those herbs.
Nicely seared bologna, a term I would never have expected to hear.
Yeah.
COVID brings out the weirdest.
It does pouring out the weirdest, I would have to agree with you.
Ooh, we're under 10 minutes
Ooh.
now.
10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting nervous.
Chefs, you feeling the heat? David's not feeling any heat whatsoever. In fact, he says he can take any heat in the kitchen. What about you, Chef Mike? Chef Mike is good.
I feel like there's a competition for who can sound the coolest and calmest right now.
Right.
That's an ego thing. All chefs have it.
So Stephanie, who is this other gentleman from Unidyne?
This is Steve Serdar. He's our resident district manager for the 3 Presbyterian Homes communities. He wanted to come over and show his support for our chefs competing in the culinary chop down today.
He's here to tell the Moorings and Westminster Place that we're the best.
Oh.
We are in a competitive atmosphere.
We are in a
Alright.
competitive atmosphere.
I mean,
That's great.
I was expecting smack talk between the 2 chefs, but you know, hey,
Yeah, we
program
could-
director to program directors.
Well, the issue with that is they have to go back and work in the same kitchen, so.
That, yeah,
Well, let's bring it over to Steve Serdar. Let's see if he's got any words of encouragement for our competitors here today.
Thanks, I think they're doing a great job. It's a lot of fun to watch. We are actually going to do this competition at the other 2 campuses.
I know. Oh,
And the winners of those campuses are all 3 going to compete, so there will be an overall super chop. So, looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. They enjoy it, and the residents get to get involved, and it's really the Unidyne way.
wonderful. Do we get to host it? Since we
We
were
will be
like,
the
you know.
host. We will be the host arena, so we'll be bringing the chopped action right here at Lake Forest Place. You'll get to see our chefs go head to head. Yes, you do have the home field advantage.
Yes.
Well, we do have some great competition at Westminster and the Moorings with Chef John McGowan and Chef Gustavo. So, what do you chefs think? You intimidated by those chefs?
They didn't even
Not
respond.
even, they're so
Oh.
focused.
Man.
Not even worth the
These
thought.
chefs are hyper-focused. I've been pestering them this whole time and they haven't even flinched. Chefs are down to 7 minutes.
Neither of them have Opus McGinnis. Not that I'm focused
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
you're right.
Oh, sorry. Couldn't see. A
Oh, it's
syrup
in
was
a
made.
syrup?
Chef Mike made a syrup with
Oh,
McGinnis.
okay.
Oh, maybe Chef David's is open too.
Yeah, it looks like the Chef David has that get stout open over here.
Oh man, it smells amazing in here.
Would you ever think that bologna, packaged risotto, port wine cheese, shiitake mushrooms, and stout would smell so good?
It smells amazing.
Oh, Chef David's pouring on that stout.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There you guys looking for that really deep caramelization of that bologna. What do you think over here, Kim? Are you enjoying what these chefs are putting out for us today?
Absolutely, it's looking great.
What do you think of the technique?
Very good.
You
I'm
think-
curious if we could try another ravioli in that bath.
Chef, you got another ravioli working in there?
I have another one here. I got 3 there, so we're good.
All right.
Are we gonna cross our fingers?
No mistakes. He's got 3.
He's down to the wire. He's got 3 left. He needs 4 to complete all 4 of those plates. Oh.
4, that's right. They always have one that they show at the end.
The winning
And when he
plate.
lifts it up as to who got chopped. Mm-hmm.
Hope nobody runs out of ingredients to make those 4.
That could be a challenge. I would have to do
You may
it
have to
again.
cut them in half. Make them a little smaller. It'd be more like an appetizer than a...
Yeah.
Ooh, Chef David already has plates
Look at
out.
that.
Oh,
Overachieving, Chef David.
You always have to make sure that you use all the time in this round, Chef. You're about down to 5 minutes. 5 minutes left on this round, chefs. Got to make them count.
Oh,
Use all and every second of this round. Every second counts to making that dish as perfect as it can be.
Looks like ravioli's going a different method.
It does look like raviolis are going a different
Ooh,
method. And
I'm
Chef
quite
Mike had to
curious
change
about-
to plan
Fried
B.
ravioli?
Yes.
I kind of like the idea of fried ravioli.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Chef David's making his little,
Painting something on there.
yeah. Can't believe how quiet they are.
There's hyper focus. You could cut the tension with a knife in this room.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, we got some
With a
mushrooms.
cut glove, we should say.
Yes. There's mushrooms still smoking in the,
Smoker?
They're hanging out.
they're hanging out.
It's a set it and forget it mushroom, is that, as they say?
Well, we gotta have all the ingredients.
Yeah, they're real fun guys. They're hanging out.
That's right. Well, we gotta make sure we have all the ingredients, so. Oh, watching that time clock's making me nervous.
We're down to
Ooh, under
3
4
minutes and
minutes.
50 seconds, chefs. Don't forget, chefs, the winner of this Chopped Competitions dish will be featured on the Lake Forest Place menu. All of our residents will have the opportunity to partake in that menu. And the winner will advance to the next round and take on a chef from one of our sister communities. So at this point, chefs, who do you think's gonna win? What do you say here, David?
I've got this.
Chef David says he's got it.
Oh.
Now it looks like we got Chef Mike over here getting plates out. Always make sure you leave yourself enough time to plate, because that clock runs out really quick. What do you think, Chef Mike? Are you gonna take this round?
Yeah.
Yes. He's truly a man of many words.
Well, we've been studying up on our culinary critiquing words.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, some
I
of us
forgot
are
to
supposed
Google some things. Or ask my personal chef at home for some terms.
That's right. Hey, we didn't have any lemons for them to roll.
I was just gonna say that.
What happened to the lemons?
That's all I can do is critique whether or not someone rolled their limes.
So what do you say, Beth? Is somebody gonna get some extra judging points if they break out a lime or a lemon?
Possibly.
Is there even one in the pantry over there?
There is lemons and limes in the pantry.
Ooh.
I mean, really, this is, joking aside, this is not a real kitchen at all.
I know.
Nor is it a fancy, sponsored TV set kitchen. And these are some pretty impressive plates coming out.
Yeah.
I will stop you there really quick, chefs. I do want to let you know that you got 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock. You better plate fast, you better plate it good, and make sure you got all those ingredients on that dish. It is tense in here, I will say. Well, chefs are working feverishly to finish those dishes and make sure that they are plated so that these judges get the best critiquing ability of their skill set, so that way our winner can go on to face the competition from the other campuses.
Almost 1 minute.
1 minute on the clock, chefs. I am getting anxious.
I'm
Judges,
excited.
what do you
Very
say?
tense.
Yeah, very.
Both chefs are working feverishly. You got 45 seconds on the clock, chefs.
Okay, so who's got a good way to distract one of them right now?
Oh, geez.
Gotta light that fire back up.
Fire! Oh, my Lord. Get it all on
I
the
don't believe I
plate.
saw either chef tasting as they were going along.
Oh, you're right.
20 seconds on the clock, chefs.
Even I know you're supposed to taste things as you
Yes.
go.
Gotta know it's going the
15.
right way.
Mostly I just taste things because I can't wait though.
Chef Mike's missing the basket ingredient. Needs to get it on that plate for the judges to taste it.
Get it
5,
on.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, step away from the plate, chefs. All right. For those of you at home, give our chefs a round of applause. We put them through the ringer. All right, so chefs, please bring up your plates, and we'll start with Chef David. Please bring your plates up to each one of the judges so that they can begin the critiques.
Oh my goodness. I have to move all my paraphernalia.
Thank you.
Ooh, thank you.
All right, David, why don't you go take the microphone and explain to the judges what you've made.
Sure. We've got a seared bologna with a Guinness or a stout reduction, and a port wine cheese risotto, and a pickled shiitake mushroom, garnished with an heirloom tomato. We've got a reduction, again, a little bit of the Guinness with some fresh herbs, garlic, shallots, and infused honey is also on the plate as well.
Who would ever known fried bologna, port wine cheese, risotto, stout, and
I'm good, I'm just
shiitake
gonna eat this. Sorry, Chef Mike.
Wow. I like that bit of tomato because it kind of brings in freshness and lightness to the heaviness that the risotto can have. Plate was a little messy because, you know, the drizzling, but other than that, it was good.
I have to agree, it was kind of sloppy over here on this side of my plate, but yeah, the tomato definitely, the brightness and the acidity nicely balanced out. Yeah, the bologna is a pretty strong flavor, which kind of compared to left the risotto feeling maybe a little bland for me. But I'm gonna eat more of it right now.
Oh, no. The mushrooms were great.
Yeah, I agree. The mushrooms are really good. I like the ginger in it as well. You get the taste
Ooh,
from
there
there.
does have a kick.
Did you just get a bite in there?
Continue.
Very good with the bologna. Very good taste. Probably not. Haven't had bologna since I was a child, so.
Would you order it again?
Bologna's very good, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, judges, thank you for your critiques with Chef David. Let's go ahead and clear those plates, and we'll have Chef Mike present his dishes.
Can I get it to go?
Yeah, really. You know, that's how that works around here. Okay.
All right. All right, Chef Mike's gonna bring up his dishes.
2 napkins.
Nicely plated.
Ooh, thank you.
Can you kind of lift the side
Oh.
closest to you?
All right, Chef, why don't you come down over here by
Which
me?
one of
while
us
you-
should do that, Julie? Me?
And if you could come over here and tell the judges what they have in front of them, please.
You have a port wine and ricotta cheese ravioli. Below that are saffron risotto. Has some smoked shiitake mushrooms on top, and then below it is a seared bologna with a Guinness syrup.
All right, judges, give it a taste and let us know what you think. It is silent in here.
I know I want to get everything in one bite.
I know, how do they do that so gracefully on TV?
They just cut out the worst shots. It's not really on
So
purpose.
you're gonna fix that in post, right?
I try it.
Jean, our lovely recording editor, will try her best to make you look as elegant as possible while dining on our chopped dishes. There's a lot of silence, judges.
Mm-hmm.
Good too. I feel like I'm gonna be an expert on seared bologna after this.
Add that to your resume.
Mm-hmm.
That and I know someone who knows Stephanie's.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike, why don't you join me down here in the front for the judges' critiques?
We'll start with Kim
Oh, man.
or Beth.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
You go. I'm still eating. I like
Sure.
yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The Guinness syrup on the
Yeah.
on the bologna is very good. Really like that. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ravioli is pretty good. A little tough. A little tough to cut. Maybe. No.
Some of the edges kind of to get a little dried out. I think just the switch up in the cooking method might have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bologna didn't have very good flavor though.
Yes.
Did like that. And the mushrooms were very good as well.
Mm-hmm. My filling inside the ravioli was a little more room temperature. It wasn't completely real hot. But I love the bologna.
Yes.
I like the saffron. I've not had a lot of dishes with saffron. And the smoked mushrooms. I like that combination.
It's tough to go from two things right in a row.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm struggling with that actually, because to go from one, these are very different flavored plates.
Very, yeah.
Yes, they are.
Very, very different, which is maybe a little bit disadvantageous to have go from one taste to the other.
But that's what they do on Chopped.
It is.
And they
it
actually
is.
have 4 of them they start off with.
Yeah.
I know. So do we have a moment to deliberate
We
without
will be
microphones?
deliberating.
With our
Yes,
mics off.
so we're going to ask both chefs to leave the Chopped Stadium.
Okay.
We will call you back momentarily after the judges have a moment to deliberate.
Hey Julie, there's a switch there if you really want to flip and they can hear us in the town center.
All right, judges, knowing that our chefs are right outside the room, what are your thoughts?
They are so different.
They're very different
Yeah.
flavors, which is really a challenge. I think that I like Chef Mike's bologna.
Yeah.
I think he just did a better treatment of it with that Guinness syrup. Maybe brought a range of flavors across the plate with Chef David.
Yeah.
So Chef Mike did employ quite a few techniques though.
Yes.
So you have to
Yes.
give Mike credit for the
Yes.
techniques.
Yes.
I liked having the smoked mushrooms on top. But I would have to say having the mushrooms kind of mixed in with that risotto in the first dish was really, really good.
The plating of the second one with the ravioli on top and just the mushrooms on top, it almost looked like it needed some sauce or something on top of it. It had a little bit of a plain look to it.
Yeah.
And then with Chef David's, his was all very red. The red tomato, the bologna, the red risotto.
They both plates were a little bit monochrome.
Yes, yes.
I don't know. I like Chef Mike's presentation. I thought it was a little more, I don't know, fancy.
Elevated.
Thank you, elevated
See, and I like the down-home cooking of Chef David.
approach. Okay.
All right, well, judges,
Yeah.
I know this is a tough decision. Do you think?
Well, I gotta go home.
Well, Beth wanted to she choose one, I choose the other, and make him.
We dump it on Kimberly.
Wow. So that's how it goes.
And it's really hard because, you know, the district person is in here and it's like, you know, so.
So,
But I know who I would choose.
So I like
Okay.
for all of them that the main, you know, the protein is the bologna and we all enjoy that for both
Yes.
dishes.
True,
Yes.
yes,
Which is the
surprisingly.
main part of it.
Yeah.
It was very good.
so do you think you can reach a consensus if we turn the microphone off and leave element for surprise for the viewers at home?
Oh,
Okay,
sure.
oh,
Let's
yeah,
do
so
that,
mic's
yeah.
off. Okay.
Mic's off. We love both of our chefs. They are both great.
Oh, it's
And-
going in unbelievable.
6 feet apart over there,
God,
Beth.
my math.
You know, we love both of them. This is not a riff on
No.
any one of them. It is two very, very different
Different approach.
approaches. And so, yes. Oh, that was difficult.
It really is.
Kimberly. We'll just blame
We're
blame.
blaming Kimberly because she has to
Beth,
work
did
with
you
us.
actually ever give an answer?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
was it?
yeah,
Okay.
So Chef,
Kim's like, yeah.
yeah.
All right, chefs, if you can join us right here in the front.
We're really sorry. We had to
Face
pick
our residents
We
at
love
home.
both of you.
Stephanie made us pick someone.
All right,
The point of the competition.
all right, judges. Are we ready to reveal who the Chopped champion is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, face our cameras. Are you in, Julie?
Yep.
All right. And the Chopped champion is Chef David.
Chefs, we loved both of your meals. They're both very, very different. I feel the kind of more homey, down-home cooking, at least for me, I voted for Chef David.
So, what made you not decide Chef Mike's plate? What were some of the technical errors that you found as part of the Chop?
No, we don't.
No, I would say Chef Mike had the best use of Guinness, which clearly I was
Yes.
looking for.
And the
And the
technique of the
smoker was
mushrooms.
great.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
the plating, yeah, was
Yeah.
fantastic. So the winning dish, however, does go on a menu.
It does go on a menu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weird. What's a long
Bologna is on the menu.
Bologna
yes.
is on the Lake
Yes.
Forest Place menu.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. It was an epic battle between both of our
It
chefs. They put up a
was.
really great
Outstanding.
fight.
Yes.
So,
Great job to both.
David, as the winner of the Chop Challenge, his dish will be featured on the menu. We'll let you know when that'll be featured. There'll be a flyer that goes out to all the residents, and he'll give his dish a gracious name, and we'll make sure that you know when that's coming so you can look out for it. But otherwise, besides that, David, do you have any challenging words back for Chef Mike?
No, not at all. Thanks. I have the greatest respect for Chef Mike, and he's always got all kinds of tools and gadgets and stuff. And I think that for me to be a better chef myself, I need to immerse myself in some of those things and get more involved. So, today I stuck to the basics, stuff that I know that I can pull off, that I do well, and I need to expand my own horizons, and I think that'll make me a better chef. And I thank Chef Mike for that.
All right. Well, nothing but friendly competition here. You heard it here first. It was the competition of technique versus down-home cooking, and down-home cooking took the win. So thanks both chefs. Thanks to our esteemed panel of judges and all of our team members that helped make this possible, and our residents for choosing these basket ingredients. We'll see you on the next Chopped.